So open page number 19, science 2 book. We have already started meiosis, which is completed through two stages. Those two stages are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. And in meiosis 1, prophase 1 has 5 substages that we have seen in last lecture: liptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diakensis, diplotin and diakensis. We have drawn the figures also. But after that, in your book they have given not in detail, so we will refer to your school and then decide whether to take that part in detail or not. So whichever part they have given in the book, that I am going to tell you. That is, in meiosis 1, due to recombination or crossing over that we have seen, which happens in pachytin between the homologous chromosomes, and thus those homologous chromosomes afterwards, in meiosis 1, what happens? There is a recombination or crossing over between the homologous chromosomes, and thus after that those homologous chromosomes, they are divided into two groups, and thus two haploid cells are formed. That is, after this prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1 occurs, and thus at the end, in telophase 1, there is a formation of two haploid cells. Followed? Afterwards, the meiosis 2 starts, which is nothing but a mitotic division, and in this the two haploid daughter cells which are formed at the end of meiosis 1, they divide, and their division is by separation of recombined sister chromatids, and thus at last in telophase 2 we have 4 haploid cells. So in telophase 2 last, they have shown 4 haploid cells are formed, and thus meiosis is important because it is used for formation of gamete, spore formation, and in this type of cell division the haploid cells are formed from one diploid cell, that is 2n chromosomes, n chromosomes, cells, daughter cells, 4 daughter cells having n chromosomes are formed. And as there is a crossing over occurring in meiosis 1 in pachytin particularly between the homologous chromosomes, here the important thing that happens is genetic recombination, which is not observed in mitosis, and due to this the 4 daughter cells which are formed, they are genetically different from those of the parent cells. Followed? And from each other also. So that is how we have completed the meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Then the remaining part is give scientific reason from exercise that is remaining. Otherwise remaining questions I have described here. So give reason first. Oxygen is necessary for complete oxidation of glucose. So you know that whenever the glucose is completely oxidized, particularly that we call it as aerobic cellular respiration, there are how many ATP molecules produced? 38 ATP molecules are produced, and the 3 processes that occur are glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain reaction, and thus 38 ATP molecules are formed. But whenever there is a anaerobic glycolysis, that is glycolysis in absence of oxygen occurs, then the product form is alcohol, and along with that only 2 ATP molecules are formed, and thus less amount of energy is formed, less amount of energy is obtained for the body, and thus oxygen is very necessary for complete oxidation of glucose. Then fibers are one of the important nutrients. That answer is given on page number 17, middle paragraph. In fact, we cannot digest the fibers, however, they help in digestion of other substances and egestion of undigested substances, and we get them from vegetable, fruits and cereals. So, the part which is on the left hand side of that rectangle, yellow rectangle, that answer you can write for this. Then cell division is one of the important properties of the cells and organism. So first thing, that is due to cell division, it is essential one of the essential phenomena for living organism is cell division. Second, growth and development occurs due to cell division. Third thing, due to cell division, the emaciated body get restored due to cell division. Then offsprings are produced from the parents due to cell division. In sexual reproduction, if we consider meiosis, it helps in the formation of haploid gametes, and in asexual reproduction, which occurs by mitotic division, it gives rise to new generation. So these are the 4, 5, 6 points which are possible only due to cell division. Therefore it is very important property of the organism. Sometimes higher plants and animals too perform anaerobic respiration. So this part is again given on page number 17 at the bottom paragraph. There are two types, not page number 17, page number 15, bottom paragraph. Some higher plants and animals and aerobic or microorganism perform anaerobic respiration instead of aerobic if there is a depletion of oxygen level in the surrounding, and give the examples below that. Followed. Then give reason. Krebs cycle is also known as citric acid cycle. So as this cycle was proposed or discovered by Sir Hans Krebs, the name given to this tricarboxylic acid cycle as Krebs cycle. That is the first thing you should write. Then second, in Krebs cycle there are series of, in your book we have written that in only 3-4 lines, but actually it is a series of cyclic chain reactions. It is not so simple one. It is nothing but it is a series of cyclic chain reactions which starts with acetyl coenzyme A, and the first molecule which is formed in this reaction is citric acid, which is a tricarboxylic acid, that is the acid, organic acid containing 3 COOH group, and thus it is known as the citric acid cycle. So that is regarding the lesson number 2 from science 2, which we have finished. Only the remaining part, that is query remaining about the figures of metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. But in your book they have described that very short. That means it is not expected that you should write them in detail, or if in school they tell us, then we will see that later on. Followed. So, or they may give any figure. If 2 cells are shown like this, you can identify that telophase, or 4 daughter cells are shown, then you can identify that telophase 2. Like that they may give you the figure and ask you to identify the phase. Followed. So now we start with the science 1 third lesson, that is chemical reactions and equation, page number 30. So can you recall they have given what are the types of molecules of elements and compounds. So in the last lesson only we have seen that whenever the molecule is of element, it contains the atoms of the same element. I have told the example also for that. Now nitrogen is an element, it contains all same atoms of nitrogen. Oxygen is an element, contains all oxygen, same atoms of oxygen. So on that basis, if we want to classify them, they may be monoatomic, diatomic or triatomic. If they are made up of single atom, then the molecules are monoatomic. If they are made up of 2 atoms like oxygen, chlorine, bromine, fluorine, then it is diatomic. It may be triatomic, then it may be tetraatomic. Like that, here there are many types. Followed. Then in case of compound also we have seen that the compound is formed by the atoms of different elements, and thus these compound may be formed by giving or taking of electron, which are the ionic compounds, or it may be formed by sharing of electron. These are known as the covalent compounds. Followed. So these are the types. What is meant by valency of elements? So valency of elements is the number of electron it has given, taken or shared to complete the octet state. What is the requirement for writing the molecular formulae of different compounds, and how are the molecular formulae of compound written? So whenever we are asked to write out the molecular formula of compound, then we should know the symbols, then we should write the symbol, and then we apply the valency of positive radical to the negative and negative with the positive by making cross. For example, we have magnesium sulfate. Then magnesium has valency 2, sulfate has valency 2. Then both have same valencies, therefore we have the compound MgSO4, both will get cancelled. So that is the method of writing the compound molecular formula of a compound, because compound contain the atoms of different elements. So that is how we are going to write. Followed. Then here they have given you, whenever the chemical reaction occurs, then the important thing happens is the composition of matter changes, and it is a permanent change occurring. On the other hand, if there is a physical change, then only the state of the substance changes, physical state of the substance changes, while the composition of matter does not change. So that is the difference between, and it is a temporary one. So all these things we have seen already in last standards. So they have given you the table, transformation of ice into water, so it is a physical change. Cooking of food, it is a chemical change. Ripening of fruit is a chemical change. Then milk turned into curds, it is a chemical change. Evaporation of water is a physical change. Digestion of food in stomach is a chemical change. Size reduction of naphtha balls exposed to air, it is a physical change. Then staining of shahbadi or kadappa tile by lemon juice, it is a chemical change. And breaking of glass object on falling from height, it is a physical change. So whenever no new substance is formed and original substance can be recovered by easy means, it is a temporary one. It is all the physical change. Followed. Only the physical state of substance changes. Then they have given you certain experiments, and they have asked your observations. So they have taken the first experiment. Take a spoonful of limestone powder in an evaporating dish and heat it strongly on a high blue flame. So limestone has a formula CaCO3. Calcium carbonate is limestone. So when this limestone is heated strongly, then what happens? It get decomposed. It is the example of thermal decomposition, and by thermal decomposition two products are formed. Calcium oxide, that is lime, is formed, and gas given out is carbon dioxide. So this is the example of thermal decomposition. So that is your observation. Followed. Then add zinc dust into copper sulfate solution. So zinc dust is added to copper sulfate solution. The equation will be ZnSO4 plus Cu. So in this reaction, as zinc is more reactive than copper, followed, this zinc will displace copper from copper sulfate solution, and it takes the place of copper, and there is a formation of zinc sulfate solution, and copper will be deposited on zinc, and thus it appears to be reddish brown. So that is the answer. It is a displacement reaction. Add potassium chromate K2CrO4 solution to barium sulfate solution. So K2CrO4 plus BaSO4 gives BaCrO4. So it is a double displacement reaction plus K2SO4. So we get barium chromate, yellow precipitate of barium chromate is obtained, and potassium sulfate is formed. Followed. Then add sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3 solution, to the calcium chloride solution. So Na2CO3 sodium carbonate plus calcium chloride gives us 2NaCl plus CaCO3. So it is also double decomposition reaction. And take phthalic anhydride in an evaporating dish. Close the end of the stem of the funnel with the cotton plug and keep this funnel inverted on the evaporating dish. Heat the evaporating dish on the tripod stand slowly on a low flame. What did you observe in the funnel during heating? So phthalic anhydride has a molecular formula C8H4O3. C8H4O3, that is the molecular formula. So it is a hazardous chemical compound. It has low melting point, 64 degrees centigrade. So it undergoes oxidation, and as they have given that heated in the evaporating dish on a low flame, and they have put up the funnel over that, and over that they have put a cotton plug. So after melting again it gets solidified, and thus we get again solid phthalic anhydride. Followed. So these are the activities we have done. So from that you can fill up the table as activities for 1 to 5. Color change, gas release, temperature change, nature change, chemical or physical. So all these are the chemical reactions, chemical changes. Definitely all these are chemical changes. Everywhere I think temperature may, first example, suppose calcium carbonate. So temperature will rise because it is exothermic reaction. Gas released is carbon dioxide. Color change, no color change because calcium carbonate is white in color. Calcium oxide is also white in color. So like that you can fill up the table. So a physical change is a change in which the physical state is only changed. The composition of matter remains the same. That is a physical change. Followed? So the parameters like temperature and pressure, they change. It takes place due to the change in parameters like temperature and pressure. It is a reversible one. That means we can get the product, from product we can get the reactant back. That is reversible reaction. For example, when we have conversion of ice into water, or water is again heated, we get, after cooling from steam, again water is obtained. So such a type of changes are physical changes. On the contrary, if we consider the chemical change, here the composition of matter changes and it is a permanent change. Followed? Composition of matter changes, it is a permanent change, and chemical reaction occurs. So whenever the chemical reaction occurs in a chemical change, the substances which are taking part in the reaction are the reactants, while the newly formed substance are known as the products. So here whenever the chemical reaction occurs, the original bonds which are present in the reactant, they break and new bonds are formed by supply of energy. So they have given one example, that is when we have the combustion of coal in air, it is a chemical reaction. So it reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide as a product. So we can write this chemical reaction by using chemical equation. So what are chemical equation, that we are going to see in next lecture.